Let's kick it off. So we're now coming into the later part of June. We've got a lot of data that shows how ABS is working, what it looks like. So my question, Nick and chat, is: are the umpires as bad as everyone thought, or is that really all just trumped up? What have we learned?
I think the umpires have adjusted well for the most part, right? I mean, yes, you still have some calls that are pretty terrible. You know, they're 5 or 6 inches off the plate or down the middle. Like those are just gonna happen. Like that's just human error. But these guys are still really most of them are still really freaking good around the strike zone. I mean, with the velocity, the movement, man, I don't know how many I could confidently get correct, to be completely honest. I mean, because not only have the hitters had to adjust to the velocity and movement, the umpires have too. And in the meantime, they've had to shrink their strike zones to a standardized box, which all these guys had their own strike zones, right? Most of them, when they were coming up through the league, they were scouted for consistency, right? If you called that ball 2 inches off the plate, that's fine. But if it was there again and you called it something different, then that's where it was wrong. So some umpires' strike zones were different. So these guys, I think, for the most part, have done a fairly good job adapting to a standardized box. And some of the calls I'm missing on these challenges are like less than a tenth of an inch. I mean, what are we even doing at that point? So for me, I think they've actually tightened up and gotten a little bit better, to be honest.
Yeah. So my opinion here, because I was kind of lukewarm on ABS because I like if the ball's half inch off the plate and you get rung up, I have no sympathy for you. Like you've got a bat in your hands, use it. So I want to say it was 52 point something percent of calls have been overturned. So basically it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's the umpires are right half the time and wrong half the time. But what you're finding when they're wrong is they're oftentimes are wrong by a tenth of an inch, 20th of an inch. Like you're getting into like really small margins here.
Yeah.
And to me, like I don't care. Like it's to me, if he called a strike a tenth of an inch off the plate, it's a strike. Like I get ABS is trying to catch those, but what we're catching a lot of these like little ticky-tack on the edge things, which is what I was afraid this would turn into. Like we're gonna nickel and dime these guys over like a quarter inch or less. That's what most of these overturns are. It's doing its job, and as Charlie Liebrandt said, like he thinks it makes the game better because it's more accurate, and that is all true. But I don't. I think what we're finding is that these umpires were actually way better than we thought. The K zone thing ruined our perspective of what these guys did. And at the end of the day, the players aren't really any better than the umpires.
No.
Like they're all really friggin' good, umpires and players. So I don't know that we've solved anything with ABS other than giving guys a way to, because there are still some egregious calls, and that's what this is here for. But this tenth of an inch nonsense, like I don't care. Like if it swing the damn bat. That's my feeling on it. It's don't just stand there and look at those, swing the bat.
So I have heard from multiple sideline reporters as I'm watching the games. They say that a lot of the coach to umpire chirping has actually decreased a significant amount because you can't really argue balls and strikes anymore. Like and that's fine. Like if you're trying to get that out of the game, which I think it just naturally happened. I don't think they were sitting there like we have to get this out of the game. I think it's just something that happened. But I think for the most part, I think everybody's adapted well to it. And I have no issues with, I mean, now that Buckner's completely out of it, like
yeah, that helps.
Yeah, these guys have adapted to it. A lot of them have done it in the minors. They've done it in spring training and they've adjusted their strike zones. Now, the hard part of this is when a team is out of challenges by the third inning, right? Then the rest of the game is in the umpire's hands. right? And only one team can challenge. So it's a little unbalanced there, but you got to be smarter with your challenges. I still see some really dumb challenges by catchers or batters.
Yeah. There was one 2 nights ago, I wanna say it was the Padres, and, like, he challenged and immediately went, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that," because like, it was clearly
Yeah,
wasn't even close, and
right.
as soon as he did, he's like, "Oh, like, I knew I shouldn't have done that." Like, there's still those occasionally, but I do think teams have done better managing them.
Hmm.
I mean, there's still bad calls in, like, the 2nd or 3rd inning that don't get picked up by challenge because they're still too close to argue, and, like but that's the point. Like, if
Right.
they're too close to feel comfortable you're gonna win it, then don't challenge it. Like, that's what I like. It's you're not again, not trying to nickel and dime these guys over every call that's a tenth of an inch off the plate. Like, that would just be brutal. Um, but I do think the umpires are better than they were getting credit for. The players are not nearly as good as they wanted us to believe. They're still really, really good, but these guys would sit there and bitch about a ball that was a tenth of an inch off the plate. Some of those guys are losing more challenges than they win because they're actually not right.
Yeah.
And that's where I think this is a little bit leveling the playing field in the sense of those guys that the guys that were getting the respect, in some cases didn't deserve it. And you're seeing
Right.
that play out.
Yeah. There should be an umpiring derby at the All-Star break. Pitcher throws 10 borderline pitches and the umpire calls them. Then they turn on the machines and see how they did. That would be sick. I'm all for that. I
They should
want a skills competition bad.
they should do an umpiring derby, 5 umpires versus 5 players. And let the players go stand back there and make the call and see how well they do. That
Right?
would be fun. Because
That
then if
would
the
be
umpires
incredible.
won that, think of the crap they'd give the players all the rest of the season about it too.
Yep. Oh
You think
man,
my
that would
job's
be.
so easy, huh, guys?
Yeah, but what if the players won? Now it's like, well, fine, you can call your own game.
Yeah, exactly. You think you're so good, you call it.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah,
man,
I don't part of what drives me crazy about baseball is how comfortable these guys are taking pitches a tenth of an inch off the plate and just expecting to get the call.
right.
Like, that's not baseball. Baseball was protect the plate. If it's close, you gotta swing. And these guys are looking for every reason not to swing. Now, I get it, like, they have unbelievable eyes at the plate, but it's like, really? Swing the bat, man.
Yeah.
It's the reason I call JD Drew one of the most frustrating players I've ever watched because he was always looking for a reason not to swing.
Yep. Yeah. I'm with you. But yeah, we've been very vocal on this show about a skills competition. There's
Oh,
so much they could do. Umpire skill, bunting derby. I mean, although I don't think these players know what a bunt is, but anyways, like stuff
throws
like that.
throws
Like,
from the outfield, like, in
right.
hitting targets, like, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Put just hitting targets, have your contact hitters try to hit certain targets out in the outfield, man. I would love it, man. It would be so sick, but I don't think it'll ever happen. But to answer your question before we move on, I I think the umpires are not as bad as everyone thought. They have tightened up the zone. I think they're doing well.
Yeah. I think they got a lot of unnecessary grief that they're proving this year wasn't fully deserved. Now, there are still some they blow. I mean, there was one the other night I saw that was,
Yeah.
like, 4 inches off the plate.
Yeah.
Um, and the umpire was like as he put his mask back on, he goes, "I missed that one." He said it to the catcher, I think. And
Yeah.
like, he admitted, like, "I missed that one." But, I mean, that
But
happens.
good umpires did that anyways,
They did,
right?
yeah, they
When
would
I
tell
when
you.
I caught at all levels, I would I didn't show them up, but I would hold my glove there for an extra second. And I'd stand up, throw the ball back, and I'd get down on my crouch to get the next sign and ump and be like, "Hey, I owe you one. I missed it." Like I would get something like that. So the good ones will say that anyways. But yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I just as we get more information, I just find it interesting to keep checking in on this because it's not moving. It's still literally a 50-50 call here, so